Things from Verte Figs. Today is July 25th, 2025. I'm standing in front of Longue Verte. This is supposed to be an LDA strain that is green. I'm not sure if it is genetically related to LDA, Longue, but it does seem to have a similar shape. I'm not even sure if this is the same as Dalmati or even Duenius Large or Stanley's Dalmatian, but it does seem to have the same shape. Now I received this one from Abdel's Eden Land of Figs, and it didn't seem that he had a lot of details about it, other than the fact that it is labeled in certain regions of France as Longue Verte. Now, again, I would assume that it's called vert because it's green, whereas Longue is normally purplish or brownish in color. This is the first ripe fig I pick from this tree. The size is good, and I would assume it can grow bigger once the tree grows. This is, I imagine, 70, 80 grams in weight. It's not fully ripe, it seems. It still has sap coming out from the bottom, but it seems quite ripe. In terms of the pulp, it does seem to have a pulp similar to Dalmati, similar to Duenius Large, similar to varieties such as Stanley's Dalmatian. And again, I'm not sure how all these different varieties are different, how they are all similar. Other than the fact that in Stanley's Dalmatian, as I've mentioned in previous videos, the eye is much more open, whereas in this case, as you've seen just now, the eye is barely open. There's a very small diameter on this one. I'm not sure it's showing well on the camera. Let me just try to... this, I think it's clear now. It's a very small opening. It is open, it's not fully closed, but in comparison to Duenius Large, this seems to be a much safer option for people with a high humidity. Now, in terms of taste, I will give this a bite and see if it is similar or different in contrast to all these other varieties. In comparison to Stanley's Dalmatian, which is the most recent strain of Dalmati I've tasted, this one is sweeter. And in the same way also, there is a very low level of acidity, which I've seen in, which I've witnessed in Stanley's Dalmatian. The acidity here is probably lower than it is in Stanley's Dalmatian. But again, because in Stanley's Dalmatian and in this tree, these are the first figs they produce, I would imagine that the taste might change in the future. As I've mentioned before, the climate, the weather, the soil, the humidity, they all can play a major role in this. But this seems to be a sweet fig, and I would say this is more than average sweetness. I'd say it's a sweet fig. I wouldn't say it's a very sweet fig, but it has a good amount of sugar. I like it very much. Maybe even in terms of taste, more than Stanley's Dalmatian. And I suspect that it might be the same as Dalmati. And Dalmati hasn't ripened any figs yet, but it is close to doing so. So I imagine in a day or two, I might be filming a Dalmati fig. We'll compare between all these different trees as I do. Keep in mind that this tree has been in the ground for less than 1 year. So it's a very young tree, as you can see. It's very short, it's very small. But it is producing figs, it is ripening them. And so we'll see as it grows, we'll see how things go. Thank you and have a nice day.